I have such close proximity to a man, and he's like a nice man. Like he's a really good guy.
Yeah.
He does laundry, and he's like, I feel so good now, and I'm like, what? I'm like, what do you mean?
That's all it took.
And I'm like, I've been thinking about like the nuances of our relationship for the last 8 days. And he's like, what?
I've been sitting here pondering whether I want to age as a woman and finally age out of the male gaze, or whether my worth as a human being will totally deplete when I no longer have beauty as a currency. And you're sitting there and you're talking about, oh, I feel so good, I just did my laundry.
Okay, what up, ladies and guys and whoever's watching this at home? Welcome back to the Yvette Show. I'm Yvette. Woo! All right, listen, now strap up and strap in and lock it down. And you know what? Stop celebrating, because today we're going to talk about something that's near and dear to my heart. And it is the concept of standing up for yourself as a woman and actually asking for anything as a woman. And let me tell you, don't. Let's start there. Don't you dare. And why would you? And hey, sit down and get back in the kitchen. No. Yes. I mean, yeah. Here's the thing. I feel like my generation, and I guess I'm a Gen Z cusp. We were taught and raised that girls can do anything. Girls can walk into the workplace and take it by storm. And yet, if you look at the Forbes 500 CEOs, there's like, I don't know, maybe Jesse, you should fact check me, but there's like five female CEOs. Look up that stat. Hold for stat.
Women run a record 55.
55 out of 500, yeah?
Yeah, representing 11% of the list.
Let's go 11%. Okay, the last time I heard this fact, it was actually, I think there were like 5. So let's go girls. Okay, so we're like really kind of low-key killing it. It's still 11% though. So let's maybe temper that. And we make up what, 50% of the population? So my point is, it's very hard to ascend the ranks as a lady. And everyone's like, why is that? Is it because they get pregnant? Is it because they like choose to be mothers? Of course, that's a certain percentage, but that can't be significant. Not enough. I mean, there are so many women that like want to do that shit, that want to like, anyway, I was under the impression as a child, as a young adult, that was the case. It was like more of a choice. Like if you're just like a weak lady, you're not gonna be able to break through the glass ceiling. And yet there are no female presidents. Let's just remember that as well. But I think the reality when I started like working and like trying to like do stuff, so here's what happened. I was raised with this like girl power initiative. And so I was like, this is going to be fine. Like I have all the confidence in the world. Actually in college, I was a theater major and I kept getting cast as male roles because I went to Vassar, which is famously gay, bi, queer, like whatever, just very, and also generally like culturally was very like passive and like, oh my God, like, don't say that. Like, it just felt very like whatever. And so I came in and I was like, what do you guys think of the reading? And they were like, stop screaming at me. So that's just kind of what it felt like. If you went to Vassar and you disagree, throw that in the comments. Let's have a discourse on it. But that was my feeling. And so I kept getting cast as male roles in my theater department because I was the most masculine person that they had in the department because I was confident. I really think that that's the case. And then when I went abroad and I started studying theater abroad and I was like, they were like, is there anything you want to get out of this program? And I was like, I would love to like play a female role. I just think that would be like helpful for my growth as an actor. And then they were like, what? And I was like, what? I thought I was masculine. Anyway, that's also to say that I was never struggling with the issue of like, speak up for yourself. You know, I was always like, I'm going to do it. I'm going to like talk and blah, blah, blah. Also, my dad is a lawyer. So I was raised just truly debating politics at the dinner table. And also I was raised that in an argument, it's not about making the other person feel seen or heard or solving the conflict at all. It's about winning. So that's just to give you a sense of where I came from. And now that I want to have stable relationships in my life, I've really had to unlearn some things. Isn't that fun? Anyway, so that's all to say that I came into the world ready to go. I was like, let's rip it open, okay? I'm gonna be at the top. I'm gonna be a top dog. And I started working like in corporate environments, and I was like, okay, great. So I'm just gonna like ask for what I want. And that is how I got fired. So here's here's what I learned very quickly. Listen, you can ask for things as a woman, but you have to do it in a way that you have to make it seem like it is their idea. And I don't care if you're sitting across from a woman. I don't care if you're sitting across from a man. What you need to do as a girl is be unassuming. And does that suck? Totally. Does it waste a lot of time? Absolutely. I still get in trouble for this, okay? One time I was talking to my team because I work with a lot of people that are still in corporate. I think it's a lot more relaxed. You know what? No, this is just a human dynamic. This is something you will come up against all the time as a girl. Maybe as a guy too, actually. I'd be curious. You know what? I should ask a man. Jesse, do you feel like you have trouble speaking up for yourself as a man?
Yeah, sometimes.
Okay.
At a big corporation.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Sure.
I kind of just assume that they're like, we'll just move on to someone else.
Right. Which I know, and that's so true. What about like, okay, you're in a 2-person dynamic now. Do you speak up for yourself?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I'm nice about it.
Yeah, you're nice about it. Yeah, I think that's the other thing is that, okay, so I think men were, because they don't have to like prove themselves or anything, like they are just like, they just ask, and like they ask with like no ego, with no whatever. I mean, some men of course do, but like you can kind of just go in and be like, hey, what about this? And then they're like, and people listen to you, which is lit. I think women, sometimes I was doing this. I was overcompensating because I was like, they're not going to listen to me. So I have to like really stick it to them. And again, that's a really bad method. But I think that now what I'm mostly coming up against is like the thing of like, men in comedy at least are really good at asking for things. It is like such a common trope in stand-up because this is a cool thing about stand-up is that we all work together and we all give each other opportunities because like if you're headlining, you need openers, right? So like people like will ask you to open, or like you have showcase shows that you produce and whatever, and like people ask you to be on that show. And when I started doing that, I realized that like all of the boys have no problem with absolutely no resume or like any wherewithal at all. They'll just be like, hey, can I do your show? And I'm like, who do you think you are? The women though, don't ask because they're afraid, and they should be afraid. And I'm afraid. I barely ask. I started asking because I just saw how many men were asking, and I was like, maybe I just need to like just remind people like, oh, can I do this? Do you think that's okay? But like one of my friends DM me about a show, and she goes, hey, sorry to be like a boy comedian, and I hope that this is like totally okay, but like could I maybe do your show? And she's so funny and she's so good. And I saw that and I was like, and you know what? She's brilliant too, because that is the perfect way to ask for something as a girl, because now I'm like, I want to help you out, right? Because if she was just like, hey, can I do your show? I think I'd be like, you fucking slut and witch, and who do you think you are? Because that's how we're socialized, that like if you ask for anything as a girl, it's like a big deal. Also, one thing that I realized too, okay, the first lesson that my mom has worked in corporate too, so she's used to this like dynamic of like having to toe the line between advocating for yourself and like being a girl and and getting what you want. That's the tough part, getting what you want. Anyway, she told me the perfect negotiation tactic, because everyone says like just ask for what you want, like, or like push whatever. She said, don't ask a question. Just ask a question about what they said. Like if they offer you an amount of money, then you say, and how much did I get last year? Or like what is the percentage increase of that? And then they have to like do the math and be like, oh yeah, that's only like a 10% increase. You're like, okay, and like, do you think that's like a fair commensurate thing for like, you have to put it back on them. You can't say, I don't think that's fair, or like Joe got 20%. You can say, do you think that the work that I did last year is reflective of 10% or 20%? Like you have to like lead them into it. It's very effective. It's probably effective for boys too, Jesse, if you want that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Effective for boys
Very
too.
effective. You want to make people think that it's their idea, but the stakes are higher for girls because if you don't, they go, you fucking whore. Which is good, because I am one. No, not anymore. I was never, I literally was never a whore. I couldn't do it. I'm too afraid of STDs. And also I want to feel like I'm in love in intimate situations. Anyway, that's all to say that this is nothing new. Being a girl is like playing chess a lot of the time, I think. And I've had to learn that the hard way. I've had to like really pivot my behavior. Even recently, someone got upset with me because she was like, you are being too blunt in your texts. Like, what if you just like add an exclamation point? And I feel like there's a lot of talk about the amount of exclamation points and sorries that occur in the discourse, especially coming from women. I think you need them. Like, it's like, oh yeah, just like take out an exclamation point. No, it's there for a reason. You have to really be overly enthusiastic and overly grateful and just like really encouraging to people so they continue to do stuff for you. Because otherwise they'll be like, you ungrateful bitch. And then like for boys, it's obviously not that. They're just like, oh, look at this strong, high achieving man. And for me, I'm just like, I don't know. I almost wish that I were just like, I didn't give a fuck at all, because maybe that would lead me somewhere where I just like could filter hard, but I actually really care what people think about me, who work with me and are my friends and family and stuff. So that's hard. Anyway, in conclusion, keep apologizing. Use as many exclamation points as you physically can. I'm talking the whole email. Every sentence, use a couple. Do a space and then put double exclamation point. That's a fun one. You will get everything you want if you just be a girl and do exactly what they think that you will do. And then maybe you'll get what you want. Maybe you'll get where you want to go. And the trap is going the other way. I had a boss once who was a real cunt. And she, I think, was going the other way because she was trying to like overcompensate for the fact that she was like a girl and like had to like really, really prove herself. So she was like, I'm working all the time. And then she got promoted, and then she was my boss, and then she was competing with me, and then she fired me. Crazy, right? She also fired everybody else. And she was really mean. She was really mean. Just felt very unnecessary. And I think that that's how she thought she had to be to compensate for the fact that people weren't going to take her seriously. When in reality, I guess it did work for her. So that's a counterexample. You can be super unlikable and sort of burn everything in your path and get where you want to go. That's an option. Anyway, that is the interesting thing about this and human behavior in general and the scrutiny that you will be under as a gal, as a girl. Yep. Thank you for listening. Okay, and today we have an amazing guest. It is my friend, the incredible internet sensation, comedy personality, Talia Lichstein. We're so excited to have Talia. Let's go, Talia. You come in, you're like, I'm sweating. I'm in so much pain. And
welcome to me.
And here's some babka. Do you want any? I'm like,
what did you expect?
I guess that's like kind of exactly what I expected.
That's exactly what you should expect.
That was kind of the perfect person to bring on, like for that kind of an energy. And and you're still sweating.
Yeah. Oh,
I think the AC is gonna hit you in a major way, like in a second.
Here's the thing: I sleep in my apartment. Like my apartment is steadily at 63 degrees.
It has
365 years.
Really?
365 days of the year. You can hang me in there, and I'm still like, I have sweat stains on every single shirt I own. I buy a new white tee like every day.
Oh,
because I need one that isn't yellow.
Awesome. I actually am the opposite. I'm like cold-blooded, so I like need things to be like warm. Wow. And my lover is like, he runs hot as well. And so he comes to my apartment and it's literally 80 degrees. And I'm like, da-da-da. Like, I don't even notice. And he goes, it's 80 degrees in here. Like, he freaks out.
Oh my God. I was about to say, how has it taken us so long to like hang out and be friends? And now I'm like, thank God.
Yeah, right. You can never walk into my apartment. It's a sauna.
No, we're going to have to meet somewhere else. Yeah. This place is nice though.
This is a good like third space for us.
Yes.
Like, we can be here.
This is so beautiful in here.
Okay.
I love that you wear shorts.
Sure.
Like your legs are so beautiful that you can sit down and cross your legs in shorts. You're gorgeous. I don't see a single, you're like glowing and you're radiant. I don't see a single cellulite.
It's somewhere deeper.
It's crazy.
Thank you.
You have beautiful, beautiful legs.
Okay, why don't we just make this the podcast, actually? You just analyze every part of my body and face and then just tell me how good it is. That would be
like
nice.
what I do privately. Is that fucked up?
Like to people, you just like think
Just
about
like for
that.
fun. I'm like,
You're just,
damn,
like,
if I
looking
were
how
them, like what would I
amazing.
surgically change?
Well, I mean, that's the other double edge. It's actually not a compliment. It's a diss on yourself.
Yes.
Actually,
You were looking just on them.
Why?
Sometimes I walk by people and I'm like, if I looked like them, like what would I do to look better?
Sure.
Or
Sometimes I
what
look at
can I
people-
take from them to look better myself?
Well, right. Sometimes I see people and I go, if I look like that, I would kill myself.
You know, you said it, not me, but like, do you ever see
And let's call that what it is, an intrusive thought and wrong.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
Everyone does it.
Everyone does it.
I remember when I was
Everyone does
little,
it.
my mom, this is so fucked up. We're really diving right in. My mom was like, you're lucky that you have nothing wrong with you that isn't changeable. Like,
That's really illuminating.
she was like teaching me, she's like, here are the things that are changeable. You can
Right.
change your chin. You can change your nose. You can change your hair. You can change your weight. You can change your skin. Like
Isn't that everything?
but there's certain things. She always used to say, your eyes are a perfect amount apart. Thank God, because you can't do anything about that. And sometimes to this day, that's so ingrained in me that if I'm walking and I see someone who has like crazy close together eyes, I'm like, damn,
You're like,
like,
there's nothing you can do
there's
about
nothing
that.
you can do.
That's
like the
so
one thing that you
funny.
can't do anything about. You can pin your ears back if they're too big. You can do all kinds of stuff. I had like a, one of these moms.
That's like Almond Mom 12.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah.
And you seem relatively fine.
It's weird because I want to call her an almond mom, but I also think that she's like so cool in so many ways and so evolved. So it's like,
That's almost like
Odd.
being a girl's girl.
yeah.
There's like a level to it where it's like that's empowerment and facing the reality of life, which is that everyone hates women unless they're
Yes.
beautiful.
Yes. I think that she was just honest about it. And
Right.
I wish that she hadn't ingrained that in me, but I think that's just part of her generation.
Well, that's
Like,
true too. It was so much harsher.
There's a difference.
then.
And she's changed a lot. Like we've educated each other, or I've educated her, I should say. But like when I was young, I think that her desire to impart this type of knowledge into me was because she knew how hard it would be to be a woman.
Right.
And she was like, you might as well just know. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Your eyes are too close together. It's never going to work for you in television. Like she just like knew that. And she was like, you're
You're
so
gonna have
lucky.
to be really funny if you have close together eyes.
Right? Exactly. And that's kind of what she was trying to say. And in
Right.
a way, it's kind of woke, but it's like also fucked up.
Right. I think we're like about to get to that point again.
Yeah.
We're kind of rejecting like that you're perfect as you are because no one that's not how society reacts to
No.
people.
No.
So like you learn pretty quickly through trial and error that that's not true.
Yeah.
And then you're like, well, I was lied to, so I have to fix myself. And then there's like sort of an overcorrection of like, well, I'm gonna have Instagram face or whatever, Ozempic and like all this stuff that like you can do that stuff, and then people going like way too far.
Right.
And then
And a lot of people, I think, now that skinniness, for example, is becoming attainable with Ozempic,
Right.
everyone's like, oh, well, now the cool new thing is going to be not being stick thin, because then that's something that you can't like just attain with a vial. Like what I'm like, it's never like,
I kind of don't think that's
I don't think that's true. I think that
Yeah.
beauty standards relatively, it's just kind of always, why are we diving into this right now? Like,
oh my God.
it's too early for this.
No, it's not. This is where we live.
Really?
Yeah, but we can talk about what we were brought here to talk about.
Okay, what did you want to talk about again?
I wanted to talk about standing up for yourself as a girl.
Were you being for real about that?
That's real.
Oh, I thought you were totally joking.
Why did you think I was joking? Do you think that's bad?
When Yvette DM'd me and was like, come on the podcast. And then she said, we're going to be talking about asserting yourself as a woman. I was like, that's like so funny that she said that. Like she's obviously kidding.
I mean it. Can I tell you why though?
Yes.
Because this is actually a similar thing. I think it's a big lie that like that like you just have to like stand up for yourself and like if you just say what you want like the boys do, like you're gonna get the same results.
That's not true.
Could not be further from the truth.
That's not true.
And when I entered the world, I was like, just speak up for yourself. And then I got fired from the job.
Exactly. No, they don't like it when you do that. I wish that the world were different. But this is what, and to drag it back to my mom, this is what I like about her.
She's a
She's a
pragmatist.
realist. She's like, I wish that the world were like this. And hopefully it will be. But it won't be in your lifetime. So let's just fucking
You might as well
win.
know the rules. So you can
might
like
as well
succeed.
know. That's how I feel.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I'm not going to change beauty standards within my lifetime. Therefore,
adhere to them.
my lip filler is perfect.
Right.
No,
And you did a great job.
Thank you.
Was it like a hard decision for you to like get that? Or were you just like, I want this?
My mom got it for me when I
Shut
was
the fuck up.
when I was in
Crazy.
college. When I was in college, I remember over winter break for my birthday senior year of college, I was like, I kind of want to try lip filler. She's like, that would be a fun birthday gift for you. But of course, she's still my mom, so she got me a Groupon deal. But I've never, and ever since I've always done Groupon for my filler.
And
I go once a year for 5 years now.
And I
I'm
mean,
pretty.
it looks good.
I mean, you tell me. I don't know.
it looks good. There's so much coming at me right now. I don't even know
I'm
how
sorry.
to like.
I kind of came in fully loaded. I haven't been on a podcast in a minute. That's why.
So you like had a lot saved
Yeah,
up.
I've had a lot saved up.
Why do you want to
weird.
talk about asserting yourself as a woman?
Wait, why do I want to talk
Why
about
don't
it?
you?
Oh,
Why do you
I
think that was
do.
a
I do.
joke?
I totally do. I just like
You
I didn't
hate
think it was
it.
no. I think it's so funny. Like I think of you
Because
this
it's
is-
like girl bossy. I know.
yeah,
but
you're a
it's like,
comedian.
No,
I was like,
know.
oh,
but like
that's
we can
so
be funny
cute.
about it. No, my
course
question
we
was,
can talk
do you
about
have to? When do you stand up for your? No, I feel dumb.
no, don't feel dumb at all. Don't feel
Have
dumb
you-
at all.
Oh,
Oh my god, you got like little cards and everything.
Yeah, have you ever stood up for yourself?
Is that your question?
Yeah, that's my first
Have I ever
question.
stood up for myself?
Yeah, and how'd it go? When was a notable time you stood up for yourself? When was the first time you stood up for yourself and like what happened?
Okay, I think my problem is that I stand up for myself a little too much, and my lesson in life, like my arc, was having to
Yes.
learn how to temper that.
Yes.
So I'm very fortunate because a lot of women are raised with this internal, like, oh, they don't stand up for themselves enough. And that can become a problem later in life. You don't stand up for yourself in the doctor's office. You don't stand up for yourself at work.
Sure.
My thing was like, I was a little off-putting. I had to reel it in. You know what I mean? So I can definitely speak to this, but what I can't speak to, or what I can try to empathize with, but it's really hard for me, is like being scared to speak. Because my thing is I'm scared to not speak.
Yeah.
And it becomes an issue. Were you
Right.
the opposite?
No, I'm like you.
You're like me. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah. That
Yeah,
explains
yeah.
why we're both here talking into microphones. Yeah.
No, exactly. Like we're
Yeah.
but I was like, oh, I'm not. We'll talk about beauty standards. I feel like that goes against like a certain beauty standard of like
Yes.
being this like demure little lady.
Totally.
But like from a like in elementary school, I was like raising my hand and whatever, and I was like, I'm not pretty.
Totally. My like pride, my parents' pride in elementary school was this quality of mine.
Yeah. Well, I think
And-
that's like not to be like, but like I think that's like a Jewish thing a little bit.
Totally.
To be like-
totally. To be proud.
Yeah, to be like confident and proud and like talking, like intellectual is like a very like a
Yes.
prideful point for a lot of Jews, especially.
Yes. And I think there's a stereotype. I grew up watching like The Nanny and whatever, like a lot of like Jewish women's media of like,
Yeah.
there's a generation above us that is kind of trying to temper that and be like, no, reel it in. You want to be more feminine. You want to be more gentile. You want to be more silent, soft-spoken. And then my parents' generation was, at least my type of parents that I had, were very much like, we love that you speak, girl. And then when I got into like 8th grade, I was like, I'm noticing my friends are dwindling.
It's so interesting
I
that
think-
people don't really like me that much.
It's so weird how I feel like I have less friends. But my parents' favorite story to tell,
Yeah.
to answer your question about have I ever stood up for myself. Well, I've stood up for myself a number of times. Okay, I have 2.
Okay. See, this is good.
This is good, right?
This is a good topic.
This is what you wanted?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I want to hear the answer.
Fuck. I love the color of this microphone. Okay.
That's a crazy thing to say.
Really? It's like
gray.
beautiful. No, it's not. It's like army green.
Oh yeah, I guess so.
I
Right.
love that like muted green.
Keep going.
Okay, sorry. So
Can you stay on the fucking topic?
fuck. Okay. When I was in elementary school, I had this teacher who was very loud and stress inducing. Like he was like kind of a yeller. His name was Mr. Anderson. He looked like a biker. He was kind of an interesting guy. But anyway, there was this kid in my class. I won't say his name, but he was the cutest kid. And he got a twitch from that guy. Like he like started to like have like
PTSD.
convulsions, like because he was just scared that this guy was coming on too strong with like the scolding was just he would raise his voice. He was too loud.
And
he
you
was
were how
scary.
old?
This was 5th grade.
Oh, so you're 10 and he's like screaming at 10-year-olds?
Yeah, I
Can you
guess
imagine
so.
being adults and like screaming at 10-year-olds? That's such a weird thing to me.
Back then I couldn't, but now I can. Now I understand, and I feel like I should have gone easier on the teachers. But anyway, there was this kid who I guess was like really not. I don't know. His mom noticed that he was like coming home from school really scared and upset and like scared of this teacher.
Right.
And my mom's proudest thing is that this kid's mom called my mom and was like, "Well, Talia, go to the principal's office and speak on behalf of him." And I did. And I sat myself in there.
That's a crazy thing for the mom to ask. Okay, yeah.
I don't know. I think she was like, Talia's confident.
I know,
guess
but like,
stood
shouldn't that be
out.
like a life lesson for your own child? Like, speak up for yourself and like how to take on your own battles.
I don't know. He's doing fine. I just looked him up on LinkedIn recently. He's a doctor. Like he didn't even need this. Like he's fine. He did not need to learn that lesson yet. But he was like, Talia's learned that lesson. So can you just send her in there? And my mom was like, yeah, fuck yeah. And she called me out.
like,
She was
that's my little warrior.
Yeah, that's my little girl. So she sent me in there and I was like, hi, I'm here to speak on behalf of blah, blah, blah. And I'd like to talk about Mr. Anderson and his tactics. Blah, 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 blah. So that was my first story of standing up for someone else.
Wow.
And then I took this, I carried
Wait, and what
this.
happened?
Oh, it went great. I mean, I don't know if he really changed that much, but it was more the thought. And
that the
we had-
child felt like
this
someone was
child, I
looking
guess,
out for
felt
him.
more comfortable. I don't know that. According to his mom, that's what she said. But we had Korean Lunar New Year at my school, like at my elementary school.
And why wouldn't you?
And why wouldn't we? You know, you're clearly never been to LA. Shut up. So there was a lot of Korean kids in the class. And we had Korean Lunar New Year. And they would have like you could dress up in something called a hanbok, which is like the traditional New Year's like outfit. Like it's a beautiful silk dress. And they had like 2, and then you could like all the girls could try one on, but then you had to take it off and give it to the next girl. Okay. And I was obsessed with this. Like I just thought it was the most beautiful thing ever. So I guess his mom knew this. They were Korean. And when I was walking down the aisle at my graduation, she hands me this bag, and it's my own hanbok. My own traditional hanbok. And she bought it for me as a thank you. So I guess it did help because she got me a gift.
Whoa.
Okay, I don't know why I even told that story. That's not even standing up for myself. But I wanted to lay the foundation for my next story.
Okay.
So my next story.
That was a really beautiful like bow and actually a point for being an advocate.
Thank you. And the handbook, it has a special little bow. So it's kind of like
Wait, I
tied the
see
handbook
it.
on that story. I'll show you a picture of it. I have my phone.
We'll see it later.
But then later in high school,
Okay.
I had a teacher who was really mean to me. And I started coming home with sort of a little twitch. Like I was like really just couldn't sleep and was like really upset. This was my junior year. And one time she yelled at me really bad when we were doing this like around the table reading. We would have to read aloud from this book and then give an opinion. And I tried to give an opinion. She was like, "You're wrong." And the whole class walked out and was like, holy shit. Like it wasn't just me. Everyone was like, damn, she was mean to you. Like she screamed at you. So I wrote her an email. And I worked on it for like 4 hours, and it was the most beautifully crafted email. I remember I used the word interlocutor the first time. I found it on thesaurus.com. So now whenever I say that word or I hear that word, I'm like, that was from my email. And that's when I learned that word. And
how did you even use that in the context of?
I was like, I'm a big interlocutor. What the fuck does that mean? I don't know. I found it on the synonyms.com. So I sent that and I CC'd my like grade level dean to see it. And she responded, "Yep, ... Looks like we need to have a talk." And that's it. That's all she said to my like 500 word email about how much she hurt my feelings and how I didn't like being spoken to that way by my teacher in front of everyone. And we had a meeting with the dean together. And I was like, express my feelings. And the dean, she was not very nice about it. The teacher was like, yeah, whatever, walked out. And the dean was like, that was really cool of you. I'm really glad you said that. I was like, thank you. That's because I had that foundation from when I was young.
Wait, so you're telling stories of like things kind of all working out for you?
Is that not how it goes?
For me, I feel like it doesn't work out. Maybe I'm bad at it.
I think both times I was like, well, one time I was speaking on behalf of a man, therefore it went fine.
Sure.
Second time I was speaking to a woman and I was tearing down another woman, so it also went fine. The times I've had to stand up for myself with men, my strategy is make them think everything is their idea.
Yeah. Okay.
So now we can really talk.
No, and that's so true.
Cool. Maybe you should cut that whole thing out.
No, that's important context.
Those are the stories I came up with before I came here when you told me the subject.
But I think that, okay, so you did think it was real.
Well, I was like, just in case I should think of a time I stood up for myself. And I thought of those too.
Okay. No, that is the hardest lesson that I have learned is making the idea theirs.
Yeah.
Do you have an example of that?
I feel like I do have many, but it's hard to.
I know. I feel like I can't think of one either because it's like sort of just like a regular.
It just like happens every day in my life.
I had a male manager and for a bit.
Mm-hmm.
And I literally would be like, so do you think that the Tory dates make sense? Like I would be like putting it on him because I would never say like Seattle and like so it doesn't make sense to do those like together.
Right.
Or like I'm like, do you think that they're enough or should we add some more?
That's how you have to phrase everything.
And it's such a like brain fuck.
I
like
know.
it's so annoying.
But it becomes second language. It's just like that's how I phrase things to men now.
Yeah.
Is I have to be like, well, maybe do you think?
Right.
And like they'll be like, oh my God, that's a great idea. I'm like, yeah, it is.
Right.
It was mine.
It was mine.
But
and
it's
you.
your idea now. I gave it to you. You're welcome.
Right.
I'm trying to think of a couple times. I mean, you just have to make them feel like they came up with everything, and that's the only way to get things done with them. Yeah. Anyway, it was really nice coming on your podcast. Like, I don't know the answer to that. That's kind of the lesson.
You know what I'm so impressed by? Like the women that have like ascended really high because I'm like, how the fuck did you do that? I think there's like a new wave of like feminine women getting to like the top. I think like an Alex Earl or like Alex Cooper. I think those are the two
Those
titans.
are the two. Yeah.
That's like Godzilla and what was that movie? Godzilla versus
King Kong?
King Kong.
I don't know if they've ever fought. But yeah.
King Kong. No, Alex
Did they
Cooper
fight?
and Alex Earl?
No. King Kong and Godzilla.
No, yeah, there was a movie where they fought.
Oh, okay. Then that's totally that. You're right. That's totally right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they're these two huge beings.
Huge people. Yeah.
But they're also these gorgeous, tiny ladies who are so feminine but have gotten so far.
Yes.
And I'm like, you bitch. How'd you do it?
Okay. Unfortunately, you brought up an example that is a little complicated for me because I don't consider Alex Cooper, for example, to be a person who's ascended in a feminist way. Like, I don't think.
Why do you think that?
I do think that this is such a big conversation, Yvette. I'm like kind of stressed.
We don't have to get into it.
I think that there's no such thing as a perfect titan of business when you're a woman.
Yeah.
Everything that they do that could be considered problematic, a man has done 50 times worse also while raping people. So like, I don't even believe in having the conversation. Like, it really pissed me off that there was this big conversation about Alex Cooper and Alex Earl being like mean girls in their business. And like, they're in the podcast industry. Like, do they have good workplace practices? Are they mean girls? And then the person who's commenting on this is like Dave Portnoy. And it's like, what? We're canceling these girls for being mean girls, but like you're okay, whatever. I just like, it's just a bunch of fucking alleged sexual assaulters sitting around talking about who's a mean girl. So I don't really care to engage in the conversation.
Totally.
However, I will.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Like, they're so much more scrutinized and yet they've made it. And I think that there's like the older version of like the Lean In lady, Sheryl Sandberg.
Yes.
And she was like kind of like, I wear pantsuits and I play their game.
Right.
And it's like, you can go that route, I guess. I feel like that would backfire way more because you're like subverting expectations almost. Or
well, that I feel like that was the old guard. Like
that's
that used to be that used to be the way to do it.
Yeah.
And then the new Lean In, the new Sheryl Sandberg way is you say, oh, we're going to do it in the ultra feminine way. And we're going to like talk about makeup and hair. And that's how we're going to be empires. And like, we're going to, who cares about pantsuits? I'm going to talk about sucking dick. But if you really zoom out, it's still kind of male centered. It's still just a different way to appeal to the men. And so at least in Alex Cooper's case, there is a man very much behind her businesses, starting with Barstool and now at Unwell. Like there's a guy who is getting most of the, not credit because she gets the credit, but is credited with leading the companies and giving her big breaks and whatever.
And I think those men like give her a lot of credibility that she wouldn't have been able to have on her own.
Exactly. And then there's also a huge part of it was the deconstruction of another woman. Like there had to be a casualty in her rising to the top.
Yeah.
And if her co-host were a guy and he got like kicked to the curb, and there wouldn't have been this like big fight. And there wouldn't, like the whole cat fight of it all.
Yeah.
With the barstool of it all, I think really helped her ascend. And it's like, let's not pretend that you didn't step on a couple women, but that's okay.
But like, but to your point, like the boys are doing that.
The boys are doing it.
Doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
It never comes to light.
So it's like, do I care to sit here and talk about how she's not a feminist? No, because it's like none of them are.
Yeah.
And
you
they're a lot
can't
worse
be.
than her.
I don't think you can be and get to that point.
Right.
I think you
or
have to be,
maybe
like, a
she
little
is the
realist.
ultimate feminist.
Right.
Because she's like, it doesn't fucking matter. I'm just like caring about myself. Therefore.
Right. I'm going to succeed and I'm going to build my business. Right. And if you're not with me, then that's it.
Yeah. I walk around thinking about this shit all fucking day long. And notice how we barely strung a sentence together there. Like we barely made a point, but we're still thinking and talking so much.
I think about it so much because like you're obviously a very driven woman. I'm a girl boss.
Thank you.
You're such a freaking girl boss. No, on my last podcast, we talked. I said I was with Ashley Gavin, and she goes, "You're such a girl boss," and I go, "Why would you say that?" And she was like, "That used to be a compliment."
No, it's like I think it is still a compliment.
It can be,
but then another thing I think about is like, why don't you just call me a boss? Why is it a girl boss?
So true. Because you have to do it in a girl way.
Everything is so complicated of that. And then every time I find myself in one of these spirals about like, I'll walk around the city on a Sunday
and
afternoon.
you love to walk around the city, by the way.
And I do love
I'm
to
always
walk.
running into you walking around the city looking lost.
Really?
Or like standing. One time I ran into you, you were fully just standing in one place next to a bus stop, not getting the bus.
Yes. That sounds like me.
And you had been standing there.
I was looking at my phone, right?
I don't even know if you were looking at your phone. I think you were, well, I guess you were looking at your phone. You must have been looking at your phone.
Or just like looking at the wall.
But you were just standing. And then I was like, what are you doing? You're like, oh, I'm just like standing, I guess.
Oh, yeah, that sounds like me. No, I'm always out. I'm always walking.
That's good.
I get like 25,000 steps a day.
Is that good for your mental health?
And by the way, I have a 9 to 5. I'm on the
how
clock
are you
right now.
physically doing that?
I don't know. But I'm always walking. But when I walk, that's like when I get my shit done in my head. Like that's when I think of everything, and that's when I'll send emails. That's probably what I was doing at the bus stop.
Yes.
So my office is the cité.
Let's go.
And I'm walking around on like a Sunday afternoon when I have my free time. That's when my time, I think on the weekends, on my walks, I switch my thinking to like, now I can think about like cool deep stuff or like whatever, not work.
Yeah.
So I'll find myself walking from like the Lower East Side to fucking Columbia and be like, just thinking about Alex Cooper the whole time and like trying to figure out my opinion on this. And then by the time I get to my destination, I'm like, wow, it's been 4 hours of me figuring out if she's a feminist or not and whether I'm a feminist or not. I'm doing so much reflection and work on myself. And I'm like, what do you guys think about? What do they do all day?
No, they don't.
What do they think about? Kelshi? What do they think about?
They genuinely think about sports betting and playing video games and then like having beers with their boys on a Saturday. And they're so happy. And they just do that stuff and they're like, this is awesome.
Their life is so simple.
Their life is so simple. Like I have such close proximity to a man and he's like a nice man. Like he's a really good guy.
Yeah.
Like I can say that with my chest.
Wow.
And I'm incredible.
Good for you.
Never been done before.
Seriously.
But like I literally am like, he does laundry and he's like, I feel so good now. And I'm like, what? I'm like, what do you mean? Like things are just different for him.
That's all it took.
And I'm like, I've been thinking about like the nuances of our relationship for the last 8 days. And he's like, what?
I've been sitting here pondering whether I want to age as a woman and finally age out of the male gaze, or whether my worth as a human being will totally deplete when I no longer have beauty as a currency. And you're sitting there and you're talking about, oh, I feel so good. I just did my laundry.
Literally.
What fills your brain?
No, genuinely.
It's crazy. I saw this tweet today, though, that was like, because, you know, it's a national holiday because Margaret Qualley and Jack Antonoff finally broke up, and that woman is free, and Lena Dunham is celebrating probably.
Wait, also, did you watch? You watched her most recent show with Meg Stalter?
Yes.
Yeah,
It
too
didn't
much.
stick for me as much.
Okay, I kind of love that shit.
Okay, good for you.
I loved it, but the end of it was, and spoiler, and go watch, but like that they break up, like the Margaret Qualley figure, which is so clearly like that was the basis, and like how truthful was it? I don't know.
Yes.
But I feel like Lena Dunham like kind of called
She
it.
writes everything into existence.
She figured it out.
She's a prophet, and I saw this.
but she
tweet
can
today.
see everything. She doesn't miss a thing.
Absolutely. She's completely. Have you read her book?
Yeah, I loved it.
She is so perceptive. And also, even when I disagree with her, because I was reading the book and there were points I made notes. I was like, girl, like
what?
I just felt that sometimes she didn't give other people in her life as much grace as she gave herself in hindsight.
Oh,
Like, I think that obviously she's very hard on herself. Which
I feel
was
like she
another
wasn't very
thing.
hard on other people.
I don't think she was that hard on other people, but I think that like the way that she talked about Jack Antonoff, for example,
Yeah.
with like her illnesses and stuff, I'm like, I think you're forgetting. Yes, he wasn't a perfect boyfriend. Yes, I'm glad you're reflecting on your truth and speaking it.
Yeah.
But I don't think that you're considering that he also was at the like peak of his career. Like she's like, oh, he's on a tour bus somewhere winning a Grammy and I'm sitting in the hospital. And it's like, totally, girl, but he's on a tour bus somewhere winning a Grammy. Like, what are you going to do? I mean, I don't think that you're
like
considering.
Yeah, that's like
This is an impossible situation a lot of the time. I also found that like some of the times that she was really at her lowest and was complaining about like, oh my God, I can't, how can anyone expect me to like make this work? There's so much going on in my health and in my personal life and I have not a single second of time. Then she's like, and then I decided to sit down and write this article about blah, blah, blah. Like she always gave herself more work in a way. It's probably why she relates to Taylor Swift. But I was like, girl, that's one of my pet peeves with people is like, you're complaining to me about how insanely busy your life is and how you have no time for yourself and you're miserable. And you're also like signing up to do stuff at work. It's like nobody volunteered you for this. You did. That was my only two flaws. The rest of her life is absolutely perfect. And I love her so much.
My take on the whole thing was I was like, this is just like a counting of body horrors. This
Yeah.
is like insane.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it's just one thing after another. I'm like, bro.
Like, it never ended.
No, and the female body is so scary.
complicated.
And like on a good day, I'm like, I don't have endometriosis, but like my shit sucks.
Sucks.
It gets rocked all the time.
There's always
I feel
something wrong.
bad right the fuck now because I'm like getting my period tomorrow. Like what?
Is it because our bodies are inherently more complicated, or is it because they're treated as more complicated and it's just harder to get treatment and get things taken seriously, so things progress worse? Shit.
Crazy.
But wait, how did I get onto this?
Lena
Lena
Jack
Dunham's tweet.
Antonoff.
Yes. Okay. So they broke up.
Yeah.
And someone tweeted this thing that was like, and this is why annoying, obnoxious girls, imperfect girls always win, because they're always reflecting and working on themselves and they take the long road. And honestly, Lena Dunham is an imperfect person. And I'm like, and she will always win. These annoying girls always fucking win because they're always, the gears are always turning. They never let themselves feel safe. They're always considering and internally working and being like, I'm evolving. I'm trying to figure out my opinion on this. And that's what makes me feel better when I spend like 3 hours wondering about something. Is I'm like, I'm just an annoying girl. And like, I will win in the end because I'm always evolving.
That's so funny because what you're describing is intelligence.
Thank you.
I'm so annoying because I think about things.
I'm sorry. I just keep figuring out my opinion on stuff and I like allow myself to take in other perspectives and change all the time. It's so annoying. And then finally, 10 years later, after everyone said that I was so annoying, I win. Crazy.
Right, because you have like thoughts and feelings and opinions and stuff. You're like, I'm such an ugly, annoying bitch.
Such an annoying bitch. Everyone hates me so much.
That's how I feel. I like
Yes.
because I like get on stage and stuff, and I'm like, ugh, I'm such a problem. And it's like I'm actually
Really?
like so successful
You're so successful.
in my craft,
feel
like
that
by like
way?
a lot of markers.
Oh my God.
I
by
feel
every
weird even
marker.
saying that out loud because I'm like, no, I'm not.
But this is now we go back to our the point of the episode.
yeah,
Standing up for yourself isn't always just like being in the middle of an argument and saying that you're right. It's also
Yeah.
like standing up for yourself is the fundamentals of who you are and being like asserting that.
Yeah, and knowing like this is who I am, this is what I want, and
Right.
if you're not with me, like it's a you problem and not a me problem. And I've had a lot of trouble with that because every man in my life has turned on me for doing this.
Say more, darling. Say
Well,
more.
Yeah, I've just had some like family stuff in as of late where I've sort of like, how do I say this? Lost half my family because I said some stuff online and they were like, bye.
Wow, they really did it. I
Yeah.
get threatened with that all the time.
No, but they
hasn't
for
happened
real
yet.
did it.
Shit. Dad's side or mom's side?
Dad's side.
Obviously.
Yeah,
Obviously.
Is that obvious?
Obviously.
And
It's always the dad's side.
The boys. It was the boys in this family.
Oh, I have cousins I don't speak to
yeah,
because of this.
because
probably.
they're just like mad at you speaking.
I think they just don't want anything to do with me. They're sort of like, yeah, I feel like if I follow her on Instagram, everyone will be like, oh, that's your cousin who like beefs with Dave Portnoy and like talks about her discharge. I'm not doing that.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Which, like, by the way, from my perspective,
Also, I've never talked about discharge. Why did I even say that?
yeah,
I just trying to think of like the grossest thing I could talk about. Sorry,
right,
go
and
on.
that would be, I guess, discharge.
Yeah.
right.
Ew, I hate that I said that. Cut it.
Got it. Got it. A
Okay, go
demon
ahead.
comes from within you. Got it. No,
So you lost half your family, dad's
yeah,
side,
which is like
obviously.
so cute.
Yeah.
And like it was sort of one of those things where I was like trying to resolve the problem, and then it kept getting worse and worse. And I was like, this is starting to feel like it has nothing to do with the thing that you said it was about.
Oh, yeah, of
and maybe
course, it
just sort of
never
like
is.
the fact that I exist.
Yeah,
that's
'cause
sort of
it's
where-
the dad's side, and that's what it always comes
But
down
why
to.
do you say why do you say that?
Because okay, the thing with my dad, and here goes my relationship with my parents. Bye,
Bye, see you, loved you,
See you.
loved having you in my life, but sayonara.
This makes two of us. The thing with my dad is that he can't stay the fuck on topic. Like there's one fight that we're having, and it devolves into a fight about every single year of my life for
Totally.
the past
That's a diversion
27 years.
tactic, by the way.
Yes.
My dad's a lawyer. He's so fucking good at that. If we get into a little argumente, he is like, well, and actually he'll just pivot to the thing that he wants to say that he knows he's right about. And I have to say, no, Dad, that's actually not what I said.
Right. No, that's not why we're in this
Yeah,
conversation.
that is not what we're talking about at all.
Good for you.
Love ya.
Maybe you should be a lawyer.
I was trained. I was
Yeah.
trained by the
You were
best.
trained?
You know what I love about getting in fights with my dad sometimes? Is I'm like, bitch, you created me. I'm like, you want to talk about King Kong Godzilla?
This is, well, I don't think King Kong created, okay, whatever, but
but you
yes.
get it.
Darth Vader and what the fuck is his name?
Sure,
Yeah.
that's a good one.
I had this phase in high school where when I was getting bad grades and I was like fighting with them a lot, that's what we used to fight about. I was like, everything I do wrong is ultimately their fault because they made my brain. That's like how I thought about it. I was like, can they really get
That's
mad at me?
psychotic.
I am not my own person. I exist because they combined themselves, made me without my consent.
Yeah.
They I would like look at myself, I'd sit in my bed crying and look at my body and be like, every single thing was molded and shit. Like they made me.
Yeah, like how could
This
you be
all
mad at me?
came
You
from them.
made me.
How can they be mad at me? It's like if they were to make a clay figure and it came to life and then be mad at it. It's like,
Yeah.
but you made it.
Yeah.
So I was like, my thoughts are not really my thoughts. They're my parents. Like everything is my parents because they
so
made
funny.
me.
That's a great way to relinquish responsibility over your own
Yeah,
actions.
it was a phase.
See, that's really sick.
Yeah.
My parents used to be like, sometimes their biggest complaint with me would be like that I was spoiled. They're like, you're acting like a spoiled brat.
Who spoiled me?
Dead ass. I was
Who
like,
spoiled me?
and what the fuck?
Whose fault is
And
that?
sorry, you put me in like an extremely affluent community where everyone gets whatever they want and they're all just driving these luxury vehicles around at the age of 16.
Right?
And then I'm like, I want that too. And my parents are like, you spoiled brat. Which I will say, that's a correction of the behavior. So I always have that in my mind where I'm like, oh, that's not my value system. That's like different. So it worked. But it's still annoying.
Yeah. No, I get it. I mean, they raised you with they brought you to the neighborhood that you were raised in. They had this idea in mind for who they wanted you to be. And along the way of becoming that wonderful person, because you turned out great,
Thanks.
There were some bumps, and those bumps ultimately, like before you're 18, those bumps are their fault. Like You,
And sorry,
they're
but that's actually
literally in the
them.
middle of shaping you into this person. They're raising you.
Yeah.
Sometimes they raise you wrong, and you make the wrong decisions. And it's like sometimes
It's
when they
like,
get mad at
who
you, you
the
have to be
fuck's
like, "Dad,
fault was
it's
that?"
okay." It's
But I will
okay.
say, as a teenager, you're like bumping up against the guardrails of what your parents want and say. That's the point.
Exactly.
And then they have to be like, no.
Exactly. That's literally the point.
Yeah.
But wait, okay, I'm sorry. I brought you off topic. So would you tell more if you want about this whole family thing?
Oh, well,
relationships with
basically-
men?
Well, yeah, I just realized that men like hate you
Yeah. When did you realize that?
like last year, dude.
Really?
Yeah.
Kinda late to the game.
Late bloomer.
Wow.
I know.
Mine hit like 21 years old.
Right.
Yeah.
What happened?
It wasn't one event, it was a series, and it was
Sure.
also a lot of indoctrination online. I won't call it indoctrination. I will call it education. And when I started posting on TikTok and going viral
Yeah.
for talking about being like a single young woman, and I wound up like on 4chan and people were like, "I want to rape her with a knife."
Oh.
I was like, "Oh." That's when I was like, "Oh, I think they hate us." When I was just having fun online and being like, "I'm a girl and I live in the city," and then
Yeah.
people were like, "Dirty kike, bitch, Floyd. I want to fucking take your intestines out and wrap them around my ceiling
Yeah.
fan." I'm like, "Oh,
It's like not all about
It's
'cause
not- yeah.
You're like a very brave person. You're like outspoken as fuck in like a
Thank you.
really admirable way, I think.
I think you are too.
Thank
I think
you.
more so than me."
Really?
Yeah, I think you
you
censor
more than
yourself a
me.
lot less in a really admirable way.
Thank you.
I think I couch a lot of my opinions in a way that's like, "Ugh, shut up."
I try to do so, but I feel like I'm not. I have like a lot more. It's hard when you know that like the scrutiny of the internet is coming after you.
Exactly. And if it's happened to you once, you're never the same.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And I try to like, I really try to push it and be like, this is what I believe, and any reasonable person would know that this is an opinion and they can handle it even if they
Right.
disagree or whatever. But it's
But there's not reasonable people, Yvette.
Yeah.
That's your mistake right there. There's no reasonable people. There are, and you have to accept that those people will find you and the rest will fall away, and you have to
Right.
block them out, which I'm giving you advice that I can't take myself. I want everyone to like me,
Yes.
but
which is such an
learned-
ironic like thing to be like on the internet like we are, and then also like very vocal and being
Right.
like vulnerable in certain ways, and then being like, but can everyone
like me? But my whole thing, like selling merch and being like, "You don't have to be likable. Everyone fucking hates me." And then late at night, I'm like, "Why doesn't everyone like me?" But no, I think once people get mad at you once. And
Yeah.
you know that they've
You remember the
misunderstood you on
pain of
purpose.
it.
You remember the pain.
Yeah.
You're so scared, which is weird because it's one of the only things in life where you don't get braver after it happens. You get more scared.
That's such an interesting point.
Like internet, I would go so far as to argue that people being mad at you on the internet is worse than anything in the world.
That's not true. I can't back that.
That is it is the worst thing in the world.
Oh,
I'm kidding. But no, it does make you like, now I used to be a lot more outspoken and opinionated. And then
you
when
feel
I
like
realized that people can like purposefully misunderstand you and twist your words or whatever, or that there's so many stupid people out there, I started having to really couch them and be like, "Well, this is an opinion and it's okay and I'm sorry and blah, 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 blah."
right. And then
I
it's a
get to it.
3-minute video of you
Right.
being like, but what I'm not saying is this.
What
And it's like,
thank
bro,
you.
like just let me
Just
talk.
say it.
Like I just wish, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Okay.
that's the thing that stand-up comedy like helps me with, is because it's like I get to be in front of people, not the internet. And I get to say things that I'm like, I know I'm making people laugh and I know that they understand me when I'm in front of them.
Right.
So I'm like willing to take a little bit more of a risk and be like, I know this is sarcasm. I'm being clear that this is sarcasm or whatever I'm saying. And
Exactly.
hope for that.
And you can also take risks in that you can say something that might not land and it's not there forever. It just goes away.
on stage.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
nice.
I
Like
take
12
way
people are
more-
going to remember this, not a million.
What? Yeah.
Like it's just,
Yeah, exactly. I take way bigger swings on stage, and then if I've like honed it, then sometimes I bring that back online.
Right.
But it's like it's a great tool.
It's so much better.
It's so nice.
How has it been adjusting to being in a healthy relationship, or what feels like a healthy relationship so far,
Dude.
after this experience?
Okay, so first of all, we've been together for like almost 7 months. So
that's
which is
insane.
an alarming amount of time. Never thought I'd spend that much time with a human man.
That would be my longest relationship ever.
The first like 3 months, I was just in a puddle of tears and emotion. Like it was just, he would do nice things for me that were like genuine, and and I would just disintegrate because I'd be like, I didn't know that this was like what love was.
Right. Right.
And it hurt my feelings like on the back end, thinking about what I was okay with and what I wasn't getting and what I thought was love, and like, oh, he likes me, he's just like torture, like all the things that I was like making excuses for.
Right.
Or like, no, he's just like that, but like that doesn't mean he doesn't care about me. And then I'm like, no, it does. Yeah. It does.
Yeah.
And it's totally changed my life.
It like teaches you what it really feels like to like, it makes you think, oh, no one has ever really liked me before.
Yeah.
Like this is what it feels like when
And
someone
it's
really likes you.
So fucked up.
It's so fucked up.
Did you have that?
Of course.
Yeah.
But you, that was like a more recent thing for me.
Yeah.
Also, like last year.
Yeah.
Was realizing, oh, I've never truly been loved until now.
Yes.
Which was beautiful, but it was also like, I did have a lot of crying moments as well. It was very emotional, being like, oh, this is who I used to be, and why was I okay with that? And it also makes it so hard to talk to other women who haven't gotten there yet. Because it's like, oh.
I hear stories, because I was that literally 10 minutes ago.
Right.
Where I was like, yeah, I'm talking to this guy and he's like not texting me. And I'm like, but probably he's just like busy. Like I was just doing the whole whatever. You have to. That's how you live. And like until you've seen anything else. Like, and I was seeing my friends in beautiful relationships and I was like, well, that doesn't exist.
And you don't snap out of it until you do.
Until you're faced with it. And by the way, my parents have a great relationship. And my dad is really nice to me. I mean, he's argues with me, but that's like more for fun for him, I guess.
Yeah.
But
that's
it's
like
not
what they do.
It's not from a place of like, my dad's actually a very good person, and he like really makes such an effort to like, especially now, like hear my side, and even if it takes him a second, like he'll get there. I think it's very admirable.
I think that's great.
Yeah,
he's for a dad.
For a dad.
That's
for a
really
dad
amazing.
of that era.
Yeah.
That's insane.
How old are your parents?
My dad's 70, bro.
Yeah, my dad's like 66.
And my mom's, sorry, mom, bleep that.
Oops. Yeah.
No, yeah. So, but yeah, so it's been a very, it's even now I like think of, I really have, talk about standing up for yourself. I think I have more trouble standing up for myself in like a relationship situation because I'm so worried that they will just like not listen to me or turn on me or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But I have that in my brain because of like history and like the dynamics I grew up in.
Right.
And then now when I'm with him, I'm like, I have this idea of how things are going to go, and I'll like talk about it in therapy, and I'm like, and she's always like, well, I don't think he's going to do that. Like, I think based on everything you've described, and that she's like, he really cares about you. So he's going to not react that way.
Right.
And then I'll like go to him and I'll say like, hey, I wasn't obsessed with this, or like, this is crazy. I literally was like, I was going to his apartment all the time. He has a great apartment. I love being there.
I remember you saying that.
Yeah.
That's like one of the main reasons to date.
Is to be in a nice apartment.
Yeah.
Also, he cooks for me.
Oh my God.
So it's like, why would I?
Why? Yeah.
But still, I have to
there
be in my
forever.
home. I need to be in my home. I also love my apartment.
Yeah.
And I was going over there, like I fell into a rhythm where I was like going there too much. And I finally get to a point where I like had a full blown like mental breakdown in front of him. And I was like, you have to come to my apartment more. And he was like, yeah.
Like, okay.
And then literally the next day he was in my apartment.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, so I just never asked because I was so prepared for like a no or like but I'm really busy and like my life's more important than yours.
Right. You've been accustomed to something that you're not.
Yeah.
That's
and
not
every
right,
single
yeah.
time he's like surprising me in a way that's like so baseline, but also so nice to have. And like, it's just a mind fuck.
Isn't it crazy how easy it is to like, because we're so mistreated, how easy it is to impress a woman and make her feel good. And yet they still so rarely do that.
Yes.
That's crazy.
I know.
It's so easy.
And then they made up, and then there's the whole manosphere thing where they're like, oh, well, if you're not like in the 1% of guys, if you don't make over $400,000 a year, like a girl's not even gonna look at you. And I'm like, we're literally begging to be treated like people.
begging.
That's all we want.
I know.
Buy me a coffee. I'll be like, what?
Yeah. Yeah. It's like, I think that they are looking for excuses again to not be with women. And I don't think that's like a gay thing. I think they just hate us so much that they just like ultimately don't like spending time with us, and they just keep manufacturing these excuses. And it's like, you know what? You don't have to partner up. You don't have to procreate. You've created this idea in your head that like your life is only worthy of living when you make children and create a legacy. It's like, what's your legacy? Podcasting? Like, you don't have a legacy, but they want
say
to
on a
leave
podcast.
something behind. Yeah. Hey,
And that's my
hey.
legacy. Hours and hours of the Yvette show.
Yeah.
Anyway.
The Yvette show. Is this the one? Did you change the name of the show?
I did, yeah.
Okay, because I was confused.
I did.
Yeah. I love it. I like this
Because
name
I
better.
wanted to be more topic focused.
Yeah, I love it.
Because-
and look at you.
And look at us, we're sort of on topic kind of.
We are
I think we're yes
completely on
anding the topic pretty hard.
so well.
I only asked you one of the
The
questions.
topic is supposed to be a starter, and then you branch out.
Exactly. Do you have any questions on here that I should ask you? Have you gotten in trouble for being outspoken? I know these answers yes.
Yeah,
Was it bad?
yeah. That's like the only thing I ever got in trouble for. It's like,
And you still do it though.
yeah. I mean, I have a corporate job. Can you imagine me in that setting?
That sucks.
Oh my god, it's
You have to code switch so hard.
it's crazy. I'm like right now. I'm currently there's Slacks coming in.
Yeah.
I have a Slack, and I like have to answer these and be like, sure. I can't wait to do that.
A triple exclamation point.
Yes.
I got in trouble for not using exclamation points.
Really?
Yeah.
They would never do that to a guy.
No.
That's crazy.
They're like, what if you watch your tone? I'm like, it was a text.
fuck that.
There's no tone in a text, famously.
Yeah. I actually just submitted my peer review. You know what peer review is like
Where you review another person?
Yes, and you review yourself.
Whoa.
And so I reviewed myself, and I wrote at the bottom. I just kept putting like for all the questions, I was like C bottom, C bottom, C bottom, and the bottom was this fat paragraph, and I was like, I don't feel that I was properly this, that, and the other. I don't feel that I was trained for this, that, and the other. I feel like everyone's like really weird vibes, and that's how I feel. And they were like, oh, that was kind of a lot to put in your review. I'm like, is that not what it's for? Like,
So when else would it?
so I don't know if that counts as getting in trouble, but like if someone gives me an opportunity, here's another example. This is a better example. I'm in this group of Jewish content creators
Okay.
who help to advise lefty, like Jewish Democrats on how they can better get other young Jews to vote for Democrats. So we're in this chat room, like we're in this group, and they're like asking us for our feedback on certain things.
Yeah.
And ultimately I was like, I think you're just like placating us and asking for our opinions so that you can like tell us that we're wrong or like fight with us kind of and be like, well, no, actually we did do that. You need to like, so I spoke up and I said that and I was like, hey, sorry, my camera's off. I'm like eating right now. You guys, everyone's camera's off. I have like a full clay mask on in my pajamas and I'm like, listen, you want the Democrats to win? Here's what's going to happen.
Yeah.
But I was like, you guys just keep asking for our opinions and you keep like fighting with us on them. And I think that's an instinct. You have to actually shut up and listen if we want to get anything done and stop just like
Well, it's like, why
having this
have us
meeting.
if you're just going to say no to everything I say? That's
Exactly.
insane.
You have to stop and listen.
Yeah.
And I got, people were like, maybe watch your tone. And I was like, maybe we needed to get stuff done. Like, I don't think the tone is the problem. I think that it's just like, I think
That's
you would
the
have
thing
said
that
that about
really-
anything.
That drives me nuts when people are like, but it's the tone. I'm like, and I get where you're coming from. Like, if you're being a huge cunt, sure, like, that's not great. But like, if we're at a precipice of something and this has been a problem going on and it's not being addressed other ways, like, if I just say it directly, you're gonna be annoyed by that.
Right.
Great.
I'm highly confrontational and I'm direct. And I really hate when I think people with the peer review, with this situation, they put out the request for feedback. They put out like, how are you feeling? Tell me your opinions.
Yeah, but they don't
And then
want
when a
it.
girl says it, they're like, well, okay. The Jewish Democrats are always being like, well, actually, we did something like that, blah, 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 you're wrong. And then the peer review is like, well, actually, this isn't what the peer review's for. And it's like, just take the feedback. Like,
Yeah.
that's what you have to do. You asked me for it. You can't change your mind now.
Yeah.
And I guess since like part of our prompt is like, how are you a woman standing up for yourself? I will throw in something about how like I feel like it would be different if I were a man. Thank you.
You say that?
Yeah. No, I don't say it. Like usually I don't say it in the confrontation.
Yeah,
If they have to say something about my tone, which doesn't happen, like I don't think they're brave enough to do so anymore over writing. Like
Yeah.
I would never get a Slack message like you did about like watch your tone, put exclamation points.
That was
if
a
they
phone
did,
call, by the way.
oh girl.
Yeah.
I would. What did you say?
I just was like, okay.
I can't. Like I would have been like, why are you?
I was just trying to get through the moment. I
Saying
was like,
that to
this is
me.
clearly just a reaction to something else. So I'm just gonna like let it go.
Yeah. No, I'm all about voicing my my thoughts. And I get in trouble the way that an adult can get in trouble, which is like
Right.
a weird, awkward conversation.
But then it's fine. You move through it.
You have to move through it. You have to just be like, hey, here's the truth.
Yeah.
Here's what you're doing. I see what you're doing. It's not fair. Whatever.
Because to me, an awkward conversation is the worst thing that could happen.
Right? But like,
But it's not.
I mean, it depends on the type of conversation and who you're having it with. But like, if you just accept the fact that like they're doing this for their own benefit, like they're talking
it's all just
to you.
ego-driven.
It's all everyone only
Everything's
cares
ego.
about themselves.
Everything's ego.
So you should go in there as a woman caring about yourself too.
Yeah.
Be like, okay,
Right.
not that anyone called in and asked for advice, but I'm this is what I'm gonna say. Is like, you want to speak up for yourself and whatever. You just got to go in and be like, look, I know this is like awkward, but let's just have a conversation.
Right.
Now we're talking about nothing. Now we're just like we got 2 on the topic and we're like 2 on the nose, and now we're just being like blah 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 blah, blah. Conversation.
That was helpful for me though.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
I feel like I got advice.
Oh, shut the fuck up.
I
Really?
wanted that. Yeah.
When I first had my own podcast, like that was the first thing that brought me to New York. I did like 7 episodes of my own podcast.
Yeah.
And I had a co-host, and I looked at you could like condense our microphone, like everything that came into each of our microphones, and you could see. And it was just like she spoke up like 3 times the whole time. And the rest of it was just like me going at the same volume the whole time.
You're like basically
And that really humbled me.
You're like, okay, so I am a little domineering.
Yeah. And that was the first thing that like after college, that was my big thing that I like posted on Instagram, and all my family knew, and everyone was sent the link. I'm like, hey, this is my big foray into like having a career. Check it out. And everyone said the same thing, which was like, maybe next time you let her speak. I was like,
Okay.
and that's what I learned about myself.
And you took the feedback.
I took the feedback and I internalized it, and I asked myself the question all the time: do I actually work on it? No. Okay. And I'm pretty sure I've spoken a lot today.
This is key.
Anyway,
I'm talking to you. I'm asking for your opinion on things, so I wouldn't necessarily say that. It's okay.
Well, I'm the guest, so it's okay.
It's okay.
But like usually I'm not the guest. And I still act.
Wait, do you still have a pod?
Like depends who you ask. I like
crazy answer to that question.
My friend really wanted to start a pod, and I was like, oh, I can't do another podcast.
Yeah.
Because it's just not my medium, and it takes a lot of effort.
Yeah.
It doesn't make a lot of money until you're really promoting.
Yeah.
It's just, there's so many of them. It's a lot harder than people think to have a successful podcast.
Yeah.
So he's a podcast producer by trade, and he was like, I'll just do all the work and you just come and hang.
Yeah.
So like every couple weeks I will sit in his apartment, we'll record a podcast, and it's like a secret podcast because we just always we're like, ugh, we'll promote it next time. We've done it for like a year and we never
Honestly,
promote it.
podcasts are like the most fun to do, and then it's just like, who cares?
Once it's recorded, it's like, ugh, okay, goodbye.
Just whatever. If you like it, you like it.
Right.
Talking to you at home. Anyway, speaking of, this was.
Oh, were we done?
We're kind of a time.
Fuck.
Do you have any last words on this? Or
do you have anyone coming out in after this?
No.
Let's do another one.
Oh, wait. Yes.
No, I'm having so much fun.
Yeah, right?
We had the
We
best
could just forever.
time.
Well, I'll just have you back on then.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because you have so many correct opinions.
Fuck up. But see, my opinions next time might be different because I'm always working on myself.
Okay, that is a Malcolm Gladwell thing too, where he's like, you either have strong opinions loosely held, or because your opinions are going to change.
Right.
Because you learn information.
Yes.
And then your opinions change.
Yes.
So it actually is a reflection of intelligence to change your mind. But we also are like, we think that that's a bad trait.
We punish people for changing their mind.
Yeah, we're like, well, you're not being consistent. But it's like, no, I just learned new information. I changed my mind. You would be dumb if you learn new information, you didn't change your mind.
Well, do you ever think about what is the point of, I hate to bring up cancel culture, it's such a like annoying podcast thing to talk about, but like, what is the point of getting mad at people on the internet for their past and like continuing to not forgive when they have demonstrated change?
Yes.
I get why we have public shaming. I get why we have cancel culture. I'm not saying never get mad at people.
Yeah.
People make mistakes. You get mad at them. But then for the rest of their career, every little thing under their tweet or their comment section, whatever is, we don't forget. And it's like, well, then what's the point? Like,
right. That doesn't
don't
encourage
forget.
people to grow. Because
Right.
then there's no upside to growth.
Isn't the point of like yelling people at the internet so that they change their mind? And then when they do change their mind, they come out and they say, like, if J.K. Rowling were to post tomorrow, like, you know what? I fully did some research.
Yeah.
I've changed my mind on everything.
Yeah.
obviously it wouldn't be immediately accepted apology, but over time,
Yeah, she demonstrated.
she would demonstrate change,
Yeah.
and then maybe she would even become like a great example for other people who used to hold those opinions and would become like an encouraging thing for other people to change their minds. If we just embrace that and we're like, okay, we're going to be wary, but like, yeah, thank you for joining our side. Instead, people would never fucking let her forgive it or forget it.
They're like,
And
you
it's
did
like,
this thing and it's set in stone. I mean, that's the bad thing about the internet is that it feels like it was yesterday because it was written or something,
Right.
or like you said it online, or
Right.
whatever. But it's like,
people change their mind. I think smart people change their minds.
Yeah.
And I think that's why Lena Dunham is winning forever. Is because she is always open to changing her mind.
and she's evolving.
Always.
Yeah. The alternative is don't have any opinions because you know that they're going to change. But that's kind of
That's the difference between people who are like famous on the internet and aren't. The people who yell at you on the internet are like people who don't have a following. It's like, because you don't have an opinion, bitch.
You need to have an opinion. Anyway, on that note, thank you so much for coming on. This was a great episode. I'm so glad.
Well, I just had so much
fun.
fun.
Yeah, this was literally the best.
Do you think people learned anything?
I don't know.
Okay.
I think like take it with a grain of salt because we're just talking from personal experience. But I feel like I learned from you, so I think that maybe people
I learned from you.
Let's fucking go, dude. This is feminism right here.
This episode is dedicated to Alex Dragovich. Which, by the way, did you notice how we cut out a whole syllable of his name?
What do you mean?
It's definitely supposed to be Dragicevic.
Oh, and he just said Dragovic?
Yeah.
I just say Alex Drags at this point. Like I don't even because he's Serbian. It's like a whole there's
like
a
a whole
million,
thing.
There's a million
like a whole thing.
letters in that thing.
Yeah.
Last
Whatever.
name. Anyway, do you have anything coming up that you want us to look out for?
So lame. No.
Well, the internet, you on the internet. We'll
Yeah,
follow
I'm
you,
just
we'll,
on the internet.
subscribe, which you're killing, which we love.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm going to Europe in a couple weeks.
Oh, great. So we'll see that.
Look out for that.
Wait,
I'm
where are
gonna
you
be
going?
probably
I'm going to-
posting really cute pics.
I'm going to Europe.
Wait, when?
December. No, what? Where am I? July 21st.
Shut up.
Shut up.
I'm going July 17th.
What the hell? Where are you going?
What the hell? I'm going to Barcelona.
Okay, so I'm not going to be there.
Okay, so I'm going also to Barcelona again. Going on a cruise. I'm going also.
You're going on a cruise in Barcelona.
I meant exactly what I said I meant. I'm
You're
going on a
get
cruise.
norovirus in Barcelona. That's crazy.
I'm going on like a full like a buffet casino cruise.
You're insane for that.
And
That's my
guess
nightmare.
what? No one's paying me to do it. Fully my decision.
You're like, this is my vacation.
Yeah.
That's my nightmare.
It's
You
no,
could
it's
not
not.
handcuff me to that boat.
No. It's the best time. It's the best way to vacay.
Okay, great.
It's the most convenient way because
where
they
you
make the
going?
itinerary for you. I'm going to Barcelona. I'm going to Ibiza for one night.
Oh, yes.
Which is perfect. It's like I only want to do one night in Ibiza.
Yeah.
I'm going to Corsica. I'm going to Provence.
Oh, cool.
I'm going to Florence.
yes.
Then after I dock, I'm staying somewhere in Barcelona by myself for 3 days. That's what I'm hoping to like get on the back of some guy's motorcycle and like have a whole whirlwind
Yeah, Lizzie
romance.
McGuire style.
Yes. And then I'm meeting my friend in Mallorca. Where are you going?
I'm going to Berlin, Dublin.
Oh, you're like doing the
Manchester.
other Europe.
Yeah, and I'm doing tour.
Oh, I'm in like cocktail Europe. You're in like beer Europe.
Yeah, I'm in pub Europe.
Ugh.
Yeah, I know. It's going to be kind of gross, I think. In Edinburgh for 2 weeks because I'm doing Fringe.
Oh my God, yeah.
But then I'm going to go on vacation with my boyfriend.
With your boyfriend.
Which we haven't even figured out where yet.
Oh my
which is
God,
insane
shut
because we have to like book it now. We're
Okay,
going to book it tomorrow.
So you're going to stay in Europe for vacation with your boyfriend?
Yeah, for like a week.
Oh my God.
Isn't that crazy?
Wait, shut the fuck up. Is it your first vacation?
Well, we did like 5 days with his parents last week, like in
Oh, so it's
Texas.
it's like a real vacation
This is
together.
like a real vacation. Like we did like 2 nights upstate for my birthday once.
I never went on a vacation with a boyfriend. I went to Atlantic City once with my boyfriend for one night.
Psychotic.
I love to gamble.
We gotta end this. I can't even get into that.
Real quick before we end. Do you want to know why we went to Atlantic City?
Yeah.
Because when he went there before meeting me, he had bed bugs in his hotel room and they gave him one free night. And he took me for Valentine's Day. Thank you so much, everyone, for listening.
It hurt me. That hurt all the way inside of me. Anyway, thank you so much, Talia, for coming on. And thank you for listening at home. I'm so glad you're here. I feel like I learned a lot. I hope you did too. Take this into your workplace maybe and let me know if it works. If you want to see me on tour, I just listed all of my upcoming dates, and then all the rest of them are on my website. I'm doing like a big fall tour. So see you there. Love you so much. Bye.